Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
And I'm Julie Cannon.
and welcome to On the Air with Power Squared. This week we're going to do something a little different. We're going to read through a script.
Yes.
We're working on issue 19. Actually, Rachel started doing some thumbnails for it and some character designs. And so we thought we would take the time to just sort of introduce people to the script.
Yeah.
So this is something you've written. You want to talk a little bit about it?
All right. It's called Kamaitachi, at least for right now. The inspiration came from the basis of these 3 Yu-Gi-Oh cards from the Yosenju archetype, and it's based on the idea of like falling over and getting cut.
Okay.
I wanted to try to make a, action-packed 20-page issue.
So this would be issue 19.
Yeah.
So and we're I guess just released 11. So it'll be a while before this comes out. But
Yeah.
we worked that far ahead. But anyway, we thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do, and then we'll come back to this on a regular basis and talk to Rachel and talk to Julie when she gets to doing the coloring, and Trevor does the lettering, just sort of as sort of how you put together an issue.
Yeah.
So we have months of content already ready to go. All right.
But before we get started, if you're watching this on YouTube and you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell to see when future podcasts go up.
All right. So we've assigned people the parts,
Yes.
and is everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, great. So
Alright, so let me bring the script up. Alright. Page 1. Establishing shot from above, we see San Romero Community College. The sky is cloudy as wind blows across the screen. From far away, we see Marty, Eli, Jennifer, Kirby, Steve, and Don, in that order, walking down the steps of the library. Steve is wearing shorts. Eli and Jennifer are holding hands.
well, that was productive.
Panel 3. We now see the 6 in plain view as they continue walking. It's also now clear that they're all wearing backpacks. The pavement they're walking on is very smooth.
You only think so? I'm still confused, and that math test is tomorrow.
Close-up of Jennifer.
Well, if anyone has any follow-up questions about the Amateur-Levitsky theorem, let me know.
Don looks around at Steve and Kirby. At least one of us understands.
Who's up for coffee?
Page 2. Page 2. Marty and Eli chime in. I'd rather have no exam.
At least you're doing a lot better than me.
Small panel, focus on the trees as the wind blows through them. The wind blows particularly strong against the group from behind, a close flap in the wind. Back shot of Steve. Bump. Sound effect. Steve stumbles and falls forward.
Ah,
Steve falls onto his arms. Everyone rushes to help him. Whoa!
You okay?
Steve!
Something's going on. Page 3. Don and Kirby help Steve onto his feet. There are noticeable cuts on the front of Steve's leg. What happened?
How'd you get those cuts?
I don't know.
Marty looks down at the ground by Steve's feet.
It happened so suddenly.
Can you walk? Inside panel 2, highlighting the concrete is completely smooth. Eli talks to Steve.
You got those cuts looked out for this gold nurse. Need any help?
I'll take him.
Thanks, Don.
Steve and Don walk away from the group. We're off to the nurse's office.
I'll catch up later. I'll bring you some coffee.
Okay.
Kirby waves everyone else to continue on. Marty looks back in Steve's direction with a look of suspicion.
Okay, guys, we need to hurry. The wind is picking up.
Page 4. Four are walking across the quad as the wind blows. Suddenly, the wind blows really hard against Kirby. He falls to the ground, but to the side this time. Bump sound effect. Kirby! Marty, Eli, and Jennifer rush to Kirby's aid after he's fallen onto his side. Marty reaches down to help Kirby up.
Are you okay, Kirby?
What happened? I don't know.
Highlight Kirby's leg. He has similar wounds to Steve, but on the opposite leg. His pant leg is now also ripped in the same spot. Jennifer walks off with Kirby.
I'll take him to the nurse. We need to check on Steve anyway.
Thanks, we'll catch up. I forgot to look for something in the library.
Alright.
Hope you feel better, Kirby.
Thanks.
Marty waves off Jennifer and Kirby. Eli talks to Marty.
You're right, Marty. Something's up.
Eli continues talking to Marty. He has a look of suspicion.
Kirby was just standing. You shouldn't have cuts like that.
Now you're getting it. Page 5. Marty and Eli walk off in the direction of the Student Union coffee shop. The wind blows through the trees in the background.
Still, I don't know what to do next. Shall we ask Mocha?
I'd like to too, but I don't know where she is. They continue walking, but are now on the grass.
Yeah, if we knew, we could just teleport to her.
The wind blows particularly hard through the trees behind Marty and Eli. A dark silhouette resembling Kamaitachi 1 is visible in the direction of the wind. Back shot of Marty and Eli, the wind blows against their backs. The silhouette rides the wind towards Eli's back. Hey, maybe she's at the coffee shop? She's learned to like her namesake. Front shot of Eli, he is struck by the silhouette and falls forward. He used a background effect to emphasize the impact. Bump sound effect. Eli has fallen face first onto the ground. Marty tries to help him. You okay? Bust shot of Marty as the wind blows to his left. The silhouette appears next to him. What's going on? Page 6. Marty is struck by the silhouette from his left side. Bump sound effect. Ah! Marty in mid-fall near Eli. Highlight Marty's left leg. There are several fresh cuts, and his pant leg is ripped. Slash sound effect. Marty lies next to Eli, who is sitting up.
Alrighty.
Marty quickly gets up. We need to regroup. Now.
That's obvious, but where?
Back shot of Marty. Points to a stairwell in a nearby building. Over there, it'll give us some cover.
It's worth a shot.
Eli is caught off guard as Marty teleports away. Page 7. Marty teleports in at the stairwell and crouches against the wall. The wall separates Marty from the quad, which is visible in the shot. Eli teleports in next to Marty and crouches.
Okay, what now?
We need to figure out what's happening. Marty and Eli talk behind the wall. Just now, felt like something knocked me down.
I felt something too.
I think it was a yokai. Marty points down at Eli's leg. Show me your leg, it might give us a clue.
I guess anything could help.
Marty shows the cuts on his left leg and Eli shows the cuts on his right. Both are in different directions. Just as I thought.
What?
The cuts match the direction of the wind when we are struck. Marty and Eli continue talking.
And that means.
Yes, the attacks are tied to the wind.
What do we do about that?
Shot of Marty peeking out from behind the wall. The quad is visible in the background. I'm not sure. We still don't know everything about the enemy. Page 8. The wind blows to the trees in the direction of the stairwell. Silhouette rides the wind in the same direction. Marty looks panicked. He quickly ducks as the wind passes the stairwell. The wind should look heavy in this shot. Same shot for panel 4, but the wind has died. Marty lets out a deep exhale. Phew sound effect. That was close.
But nothing happened.
Marty sits up. He looks more relaxed. You're right. We'll have to go out in the open to stand a chance.
So you have a plan?
I have something. Page 9. Wind lightly blows through the trees. Marty stands in front of a tree on the quad. Eli stands invisible nearby.
Are you sure this will work?
It'll have to. The wind blows harder. Marty looks anxious and sweaty. The wind blows much harder through the trees. The wind blows hard against Marty from the front. He places 2 fingers against his forehead, like instant transmission. Here goes nothing. Page 10. Shot of Marty teleporting in place. Teleportation effect is shown, but his position doesn't change. Behind him, Kamaitachi 2, wielding a sickle, is stuck in the tree trunk. Bam! Sound effect. Inside panel 1, small circular panel showing a reaction shot of Marty glancing behind himself. Panel 3, Eli, still invisible, looks at the tree trunk. Eli approaches Kamaitachi 2 as it struggles to remove its sickle from the trunk. Eli grabs Kamaitachi 2 by the neck and pulls it away from the sickle. Kamaitachi 2 still reaches for its weapon. Page 11. Eli, now visible, holds Kamaitachi 2, who is facing him, up by the neck.
So you're the yokai attacking us?
Back shot of Eli as the wind blows hard against him. Silhouette of Kamaitachi 1 closes in on Eli, tries to interrogate Kamaitachi 2.
You're not getting away. Tell me what you're really up to.
Medium shot of Marty reaching out Eli's direction. Eli, wait! One shot of Eli as he's hit in the back by the silhouette. Eli lets go of Kamaitachi 2. Bump sound effect. The wind nearly obscures Kamaitachi 2 as it falls to the ground. And then it nearly obscures the sickle stuck in the tree. Page 12. Marty stands over Eli. Kamaitachi 2 and its sickle disappeared. Bam! Marty helps Eli back onto his feet.
What just happened? I had him in my grasp.
We're dealing with more than one yokai. Eli dusts himself off.
Like a yokai working with a weasel?
More like 2 yokai weasels. I think they're called Kamaitachis. They must have different roles.
What makes you say that?
Marty points down at Eli's leg. Eli looks down where Marty points. It looks the same as on page 8. Check out your leg.
It looks the same.
Exactly, there aren't any new cuts this time, which means Eli makes a pushing motion while Marty makes a slicing motion.
I get it. One of them knocks people down.
Then the other cuts them up. One shot of Marty and Eli's position in the quad. The wind blows gently through the trees.
So how do we deal with 2 Kamaitachis?
That's a tough one. I wouldn't rule out the possibility of a third.
3 weasels?
Page 13. Marty leans against the tree while talking to Eli. Yeah, but we'll need a plan.
Well, how'd you know what to do before?
Marty goes to the back of his head. Actually, I didn't. I just guessed that the strength of the wind signaled when they would attack.
You just guess what kind of...
Eli's eyes widened like a light bulb went off in his head.
Wait, strength of the wind, that's it?
Eli kneels down to the grass. Marty still leans against the tree. You have a plan? Shot of Eli's hands ripping out the grass. Rip! Eli holds the ripped up grass and dirt in his palm.
I've got something.
Page 14. Shot of the trees as the wind blows through them. Are you sure this will work? Eli stands out in the open on the grass with a clump of dirt in his hand. An invisible Marty stands nearby.
Trust me, this'll work.
Yeah, if you say so. The wind blows harder through the trees. Eli's clothes flap in the wind as it blows harder against him. He readies the clump of dirt in his hands. Get ready. Silhouettes of Kamaitachi 1 and 2 in that order ride the wind. There's a hint of a silhouette for Kamaitachi 3. Eli throws a clump of dirt. The dirt misses its target. Page 15. Close-up of Eli's right arm. Kamaitachi 2 rapidly slashes it. We can also see a silhouette of Kamaitachi 3 splashing medicine towards the same area. Eli grabs his arm in pain. Did they get you?
Obvi.
Eli bends down to grab a clump of dirt with his non-slashed hand.
But they won't get me this time?
Eli's clothes flap in the wind as it blows against his side. He's also turning while preparing to throw the clump of dirt. Shot of Eli, a silhouette of Kamaitachi ride the wind towards him. Inside panel 5, we have a close-up of Kamaitachi 1's face with determined eyes, and a close-up of dirt leaving Eli's hand. Page 16. The dirt hits Kamaitachi 1, exposing its outline in the wind. Close-up of Eli yelling.
Oh.
Marty teleports close to the weasels and leaps out to grab at them. Marty successfully grabs Kamaitachi 1 and 2. Grab sound effect. Marty lands back on the ground. The wind blows harmlessly past Eli. Marty holds up Kamaitachi 1 and 2 as they struggle in his grip. Eli disarms them with telekinesis. Wow, I can't believe that worked.
So there really were 2 of them?
There might be Marty and Eli turn attention to a voice from off panel while the wind blows against them.
Ah!
Welcome back.
Okay.
Page 17. Kamaitachi 3 holds a short sword and a container of medicine, stands before Marty and Eli. The wind visibly passes by Kamaitachi 3. Close-up of Marty holding Kamaitachi 1 and 2. Eli becomes invisible. Close-up of 3 sweating. Close-up of 3's hand shaking while holding a sword. Eli becomes visible behind 3, and then he reaches down and picks him up. Page 18. Kamaitachi 3 flails, swinging wildly. Eli holds him out at arm's length, out of range. Kamaitachi 3's eyes closed because he's swinging wildly. And he stops and sheathes the sword. When Eli looks surprised as Kamaitachi 3 surrenders.
I give up.
Just like that?
I'm a healer, not a fighter.
Page 7. Panel 7. Wind blows through the trees. Page 19. Kamaitachi 1, 2, and 3 are lined up in a row. Marty crouches down to talk to them.
Time to come clean.
Why are you attacking us earlier? Are you targeting us? Kamaitachi 1 speaks.
It was that man, Dr. Atlas. He said he'd harm our friends if we didn't fight you.
2 speaks.
We didn't want to hurt anyone, but we had no choice.
3 speaks.
It's pointless to fight anyway, now that you know how our attacks work.
1, 2, and 3 bow before Marty and Eli.
Please forgive us.
Please forgive us.
Marty and Eli talk to each other telepathically. Can we forgive them that easily?
I don't know, I didn't kill anyone. They seem really sorry.
I guess they don't like Atlas either, but still. Marty talks to Kamaitachi. Okay, we'll give you another chance, but don't try anything like that again.
We won't.
We won't.
Page 20.
We
Marty.
should go.
Marty is still crouching and Eli stands. Both look confused as Kamaitachi 3 rapidly splashes medicine over their wounds. Is rendered over every spot where they were cut during the issue and used action lines to give the impression that he's working fast. But first,
First, oh, we went.
go.
Sorry, but first, here's some more medicines.
Splash. Eli marvels at the cuts on his arm, which have now faded more. Kamaitachi 3 leaps off Eli's arm.
Wow, that medicine is good. It'll make the wounds go away.
It's a salve, not magic, but it will help you heal faster.
1, 2, and 3 wave goodbyes as the wind blows hard and nearly obscures them.
Later.
Here we go.
Same shot. Kamaitachi are gone, but the medicines are left behind. Marty and Eli look up towards the sky.
You think they'll be alright?
I hope so. Marty and Eli respectively grip their leg and arm in pain. I just hope I'll be okay.
Oh, see?
Pain. First shot of Marty and Eli still in the quad. Eli is carrying the medicine.
Let's get this to the nurse.
Yes, medicine should help Steve and Kirby heal. Man.
Wow. So, what a dramatic reading. So, that's the script that we're working from. We'll be making some. I know we've already made an edit
Yeah.
based on Rachel's drawings.
Yeah.
I forgot what page it is, but it's one of the first 8 pages we took out of the panel. So I have to make those adjustments. But anyway, that was so. Have you read? This is your first time to read the script, Julia?
Yeah. You when you guys gave it to me last night, I skimmed through it just to make sure, I knew which parts for the most part. But
Yeah.
it's but I'm the first couple of days of reading the script.
All right, that's fine. Any thoughts now that you've read it or heard it?
No, it sounds good so far, and I know you and Rachel were talking about it before, so hopefully once I'm done with issue 18, my brain stopped for a second. Yeah, I have a good idea of what's going to be happening in the scenes, but I can't wait to see what Rachel conjures up as well.
Yeah, and you were trying to give her some direction to sort of more manga-tize it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, the first we already went through the first thumbnail. She sends us 2 sets of thumbnails, and so we're giving her sort of this and this from here.
Yeah.
So we haven't heard back yet, so we'll see. But we're hoping that she'll be on the show next week to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It was interesting actually reading the script out loud in a table read. Again, since I was the one who primarily wrote the issue. It's also interesting actually seeing it get drawn and going through the collaborative process from that point of view.
Yeah, it seemed like we took a lot longer to go through those thumbnails than we usually do,
Yeah.
which was a lot of comments. So.
Yeah.
Well worth the time.
I'm trying to be, since I was thinking of manga while I was writing the issue.
Needs more JoJo. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, I did have I did think of Araki, but she doesn't need to beat. Doesn't need to exactly be something like Hirohiko Araki, but I mean I was thinking of dynamic panels and stuff. So hopefully more of that comes out
Needs more JoJo.
as it goes.
We'll just tell that to her. Needs more JoJo. All right.
So I think that about covers it, unless either of you have anything you want to say.
Okay.
I can't think of it.
All
right.
right. I'll take your silence as a no. All right. So until next week, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
And I'm Julia Cannon.
And this has been On the Air with Power Squared.